Turn up.
Here at the beautiful Zucot, is that how you say it?
Zucot Gallery.
Zucot Gallery.
Zucot.
And I'm so excited to have this opportunity. So, a little bit about Lauren that I just pulled up on her. So, this is in my really good bio, but Lauren is the gallery manager here at Zucot, which is a beautiful little space in Atlanta with a beautiful exhibit right now that I showed earlier if you catch my live. Hey, Alicia. She is also a mother. She's a wife. She is a co-founder of a company with her sister,
Yes.
Oak and Moss, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yes.
And she is a writer.
I guess.
Yes, she wrote a really good article about art, which I was like, oh my gosh, this is like way deeper than I realized.
And I'm supposed to be writing a second, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm supposed to be doing it. It's supposed to turn in already. I'm really late. But that's a whole other
all
story.
right, well, you have to check. So if you go to at L.
Jackson
Jackson
Harris,
the
yeah.
link is there.
The link is there to
The
my
link.
first article.
For the article
My link
for
tree.
the business.
There's a link to Oak and Moss. There's a link to the gallery. There's a link to my most recent article with Better Shared, which is a creative online space that I met with. Her name is Kara. She lives in London, and so we do this nice creative talk occasionally. So she asked me to write every now and then. So that was my first one.
So this should also we haven't even gotten started yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we're already talking about great shit. So real quick in her bio, she is a creative professional that specializes in business development, brand management, and community with skills in marketing and graphic design.
I'm sorry.
What does that mean? Like, tell
What do you
me
mean?
about
What
that.
do you mean? What is that? What does
Tell
what
me
mean?
about the journey of all that, because that's a lot. That's a lot for one woman to have in her
See,
bio.
remember a long time ago we talked about the Renaissance woman?
Yes. That's who we are. That's
It
who
runs
we
in
are.
our family. It's in our blood. We do a lot of everything. So my education is in graphic design and art history. But over the years of going in and out of the creative industry, I took any job I could because I had kids at 25. My first child at 25, and so I think I just took whatever job I could. So I have development experience, I have marketing experience, I have graphic design experience, I have knowledge of the arts. So I've kind of found a job where I can intertwine them all.
So,
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this new job, this new experience.
So I started with Zucot in last October. It's owned by 3 black men that are engineers, matter of fact. But Onaje and Omari Henderson are dubbed as the Art Brothers of Atlanta. They have hosted several private showings in the arts for years. And they partnered with Troy Taylor, who is their investment partner, in 2007, and they started Zucot. And they said, we need a space. We gotta stop doing this stuff out of our house. So they started the space. So they're here now. They've been here for 10 years. Their father is one of the artists, Mr. Henderson, Mr. Aaron Henderson.
Amazing artwork.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to
amazing stuff.
show his stuff. I have pictures of it. I'm going to show
Sweetest
it.
man too. So sweet, very knowledgeable. Will talk the pants off you about anything. But Onaje and Omari have a different experience in the arts, with also being contributors to the community and making sure kids see the influence that art can have in your home as an investment. And so I think I like this space as a gallery because they're not just commercial, they're also community. So it's a nice mixture of both, because I have a background in community work and nonprofit work, so it's a nice mixture of both.
So tell me a little bit about some of the things that happened in this space. Because you told me a little bit, and I was like, I walked into this space and I'm like, I could have a party here, like I could have a wedding here. Like
Well, we do have weddings. We have parties, lots of parties. We've had baby showers. But on the program side for Zucot, we do a lot of artist talks, a lot of art tastings where we educate people about how to collect, what to collect, how to look for fine art. We do tours and field trips for the youth of Atlanta. What else? We had a group here yesterday with Dunta Robinson. He's an ex NFL football player for the Falcons, and he has 2 nonprofits that he brings kids to us every now and then. So with the summer program, he brought a group of kids here yesterday, and we talked about the business of the art and what that means and investing in it.
So I'm glad you went there, because I was going to ask, I know there's lots of women, young ladies, young girls out there who may be interested in doing something in the arts, but everyone says, go into business, do this. What would a young lady do if she wanted to be involved in the arts, either as an artist or doing what you did?
So I was told the same thing. by your uncle. I went to Howard, and I was like, I want to be an art major. He was like, no, like I don't understand what that means. My older sister was a business major, well, a communication major. My middle sister was a business major. That makes sense. So now it's Lauren who wants to be the art major. He was like, no. So the wager between that was, I started out as a fashion merchandising major because that was actually business to him. But after year one, I was miserable, and he saw it. So without his permission, without my parents' permission, while I was already there, I was like, you know what, I'm changing my major. I took it to graphic design.
I love it.
And while I did the graphic design, I also took dual classes in art history. I took way too many credits at the same time, but I said, you know what, I want to do both. So my education, my background is in art history and graphic design. From there, you network. That's when any job that you do, you network. You meet people, you intern, you take jobs that you don't want to take, but this position was almost not a demotion, because it was me restarting my career. Taking this job from corporate world was a big jump for my family financially, but it also, I had to restart over. So my advice to people who are trying to get into the world, stay in it if you're in it, and work and network and build your circle, because the art world is a circle and everybody knows everybody in some sort of way, and the degree separation are very limited.
That's so true of a lot of art formed like industries where you're doing artistic things. It's all about the communication.
It's a sense of exclusivity too. There's like, it's so posh and exclusive, but if you know somebody, it makes it a little easier to sneak into the group.
So you gotta learn how to network. You gotta know how to communicate.
Networking is big, and you have to know what you're talking about.
Oh.
That's one big thing. Like one thing that I know that art history part of me is has faded away a little bit more than the business side, because I've been on the business side for so long. I can speak to some art history, but I don't, because I'm not on the curatorial track. Okay. I'm more on the business track. I can speak to you about collection management, artist development. I can speak to you about brand management, but when it comes to, in terms of the arts, when it comes to analyzing, I'm not in that space anymore.
Well, and it's like you got to know where your strength is.
And I think that happened over the course of years of having different jobs. I knew where my strength was.
But you didn't just go right into it. You had experiences across the board.
Right.
How do you? I don't even like to use the word balance, because I don't think it's a real word. How do you manage all of those pieces of life? Well, let's put it this way. Give me one thing.
Day at a time.
One thing that you do that helps you manage those pieces of life, and then no alcohol can be included.
Really? Okay, well, I would say wine, but I use this handy dandy little calendar. I use two apps. I use the calendar religiously. I tell my husband, if it's not on the calendar, I don't see it. I don't know about it. It doesn't exist. So I was like, if your schedule is not on the calendar, I don't want to hear about it the day of.
I love it. I love it.
Same for me. I put everything on the calendar because I need to see it in front of me. Kids' schedule, everybody's labeled differently. Like, I need to see it.
Wow.
Two, I also just communication with help. I get a lot of help from my in-laws and my parents that live in the area. If I didn't have them, I would not have made it this far.
So asking for help, maybe?
Asking for help. That's a good one.
Ask for help?
Ask for help, for sure. I mean, if you don't raise your hand, nobody's going to tap you.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's our sweet life saying. If you don't raise your hand, no one's going to tap you. Oh,
no one's going to see. So schedule, raise your hand. Number 3 would be to also allow time for yourself. I have a nice little tribe of women, of friends, that we make sure we get out. We make sure we go to a movie. We make sure we go to dinner. We go to clubs. We do our thing. Like, I don't forget Lauren in that process.
Schedules, communicate, take time for yourself. Oh my gosh, I love those. Are like good ones. What's the next step for you? Where do you see this all going?
We're Renaissance women. So I do want to grow with the gallery. I think they see me growing with them, and I think that as we grow, I will stay with them and grow into a higher capacity with them. 2, more writing, a lot more writing, a book, possibly.
All right, you heard that, a book. So look for
That's
the
a book. I have always wanted. I've always wanted my own coffee table book, and I've always wanted my own, I guess, autobiography, but not like. But I want it to be like a memoir, but not me at the same time. Yeah. Anyway,
we'll see.
So that's number 2. 3, I want to have my own consulting firm with managing fine artists.
I love. You see why I brought her to come on my live today? Every woman has like this unique thing about her that keeps her separate from anybody else, and that unique thing, and we all walk around thinking that we're in this alone. we're not in this alone, and,
No,
we
we're not.
all have this really, really special thing. But until you start putting your eye on that special thing and stop looking at all the special things walking around you, you're never going to have that special thing come out in you. I want to start showcasing women and what they do, the things that make them unique in the world, the things that help them stand out, so that you can start seeing what stands out in you. Your biggest inspiration?
My kids. I know it's so cheesy, but I think I want them to see that I worked hard. They know that mommy was in school when I was in grad school, and so they know that I work hard for where I'm going. My son finds it so fascinating that I'm a gallery manager. He thinks it's the coolest thing. Yeah. What's been your business? Most of my kids. Before my kids, it was just my passion to just be myself, 100% myself, and figure out what happens from there. I think, and also I have to say this, and it's been my older sister who passed away. Before she passed away, she basically sat me down and was like, you need to follow your dreams. Listen to God, because that's what helped me. We're not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. She just was like, you have to follow God. You have to listen, because He's gonna steer you the right way. And with growing spiritually and listening to her, and I just know that I can't. She didn't stop, and I can't either. So.
Oh my gosh, legacy. What is the legacy you want to leave? Wow, that's a good question, Leisha. Damn, Leisha. I mean, darn, Leisha. That's a woo.
Blow me away then.
Woo.
So I think my legacy that I want to leave is Lauren was 100% real herself. Was there for others, because I think I have a very good sense of having honest relationships with my friends and my family. And I want them to know that I love them wholeheartedly, and that I lived my best life. So I think my legacy will be like Lauren lived every single day. She worked hard for her family. She loved her friends and family. That's really the only thing I care about.
And cut. That shut the door on everything. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. My brain is blown.
I love her so much.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna get me crying. Oh,
don't cry, don't you cry.
I'm not gonna cry. You know, because if I start, you'll start. That's how we are. That's how we are.
Not gonna do it. I'll sing it with you.
Yeah, drop the mic, right?
I'll sing it with you.
So, Lauren Harris, thank you. Thank you for joining the Sweet Life. Guys, if you want to follow her, make sure you go to @LJacksonHarris on Instagram and @Zucot Gallery on Instagram. Thank you guys. Wait, we got another question.
Wait, if you were presented with an award, how would you want to be presented?
Oh my gosh.
Shit, I don't know.
That's why I love her.
That's a tough one.
So this will be your intro.
How would I want to be?
Yes. Like if someone was saying, and the award goes to, this woman is...
Lauren Jackson Harris? I don't know, because I think it depends on what capacity the award is for, because if it's in the arts world, I just want to be known as a creative professional that knows what she's talking about. I don't know. It depends on where the award is for and what it's for. If somebody was talking about my experience, I want them to know that I know what I'm talking about. If you're doing my speech about me before I come up and get my award, I want you to know, read my CV. And understand my experience and know that I'm knowledgeable and I'm not just here playing around.
So you just finished your master's, right?
I finished my master's last August.
SCAD.
Yep, at SCAD.
With two kids and a full-time job. So
and a husband, because that's a job.
Won't he do it?
Hello?
And a husband is a job, yes.
Husband is a second.
So like job. All you ladies who are single or doing it, you don't have that fifth job, the fourth job,
no.
Which is a husband. But yeah. They come in handy sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, I kind of like
every now and then. I like mine too. He helps.
Oh gosh. Well guys, we're gonna get off here because Lauren has to get back to work, and I'm about to meet my friend Monique, which some of you know, who came over to the gallery, and we're about to head back to Buckhead. But this has been so amazing. Thank you for sharing your sweet life.
Yes.
And
I'm living my sweetest life.
Yes. Go live your sweetest life, ladies. I'm going to go enjoy my weekend in the ATL. Thank you, Kendra.
Thank you
guys for coming. That's my sign off. Bye, guys.
We're so good.